You're 47 years old, and you just realized you have nothing invested for retirement. You scroll past investing videos, thinking those are for people who started at 25. But here's the truth that almost nobody in your position ever hears. Starting at 45 is not a disadvantage. It is a completely different game with different rules. This video is the dividend income blueprint for the 40-plus crowd, built on real math. By the end, you will know which accounts, which stocks, and how much income to expect. Let's start with the number that resets the entire conversation about starting late. Most people think you need 40 years of compounding to build meaningful wealth. That math assumes you are building from growth alone, waiting decades for stock prices to rise. But dividend investing changes everything, because you do not have to wait to get paid. Start at 45 with 10,000 and add 1,000 monthly. Here is what happens. At 6% yield, with 4% growth, your money compounds to 647,000. But the part that changes everything is not the total. It is the income. At 6%, that portfolio generates over $3,000 every single month. That is nearly $39,000 a year in cash flow you did not work for. Start with 25,000 and add 1,500 monthly. You pass 5,000 a month. These are not hypotheticals. These are the real numbers, using dividend stocks that exist right now. Before we build your plan, you need to understand what a dividend actually is. A dividend is simply a company sharing its profits with you in real cash. Every quarter, companies send you money just for owning their stock, regardless of price. There are 3 kinds of dividend stocks, and each plays a different role in your portfolio. High-yield stocks pay 6 to 10% now, but grow their dividends slowly each year. Dividend growth stocks pay less now, but grow their payouts 8 to 12% every year. Dividend aristocrats have raised their dividends every year for at least 25 straight years. Here is the magic of dividend growth that almost nobody explains clearly. Buy a stock paying 3% today that raises its dividend by 10% every year. After 10 years, your yield on cost is not 3%, but 7.8%. After 20 years, yield on cost hits 20%. 10,000 now pays 2,000 yearly. This is yield on cost, the single most misunderstood concept in dividend investing. Most people see a 3% yield and walk away, missing the 20% it becomes. Now let us talk about where to put this money. Late starters get account selection wrong. If your employer offers a 401k match, that is your first priority without exception. A 50% 401k match on your contribution is an instant 50% return. No dividend stock can match an instant 50% return. Max the match first. After the match, the Roth IRA is perfect for dividend investors. Most people overlook this. In a Roth IRA, every dollar of dividend income grows and comes out completely tax-free. For 2026, contribute $8,000 to a Roth IRA, $9,000 if over 50. After the 401k match and Roth IRA, your next tool is the regular taxable brokerage account. And here is the part that nobody tells you about taxable accounts and dividends. Qualified dividends are taxed at long-term capital gains rates, 15%, or even 0%. Married couples earning up to $126,000 pay 0% on qualified dividends. You could collect over $20,000 a year in dividends and pay 0 federal tax. Here is the account stack in order, the exact sequence a late starter must follow. Step 1. Contribute enough to your 401k to capture the full employer match only. Step 2. Max out your Roth IRA at $8,000, $9,000 if 50 plus. Step 3. With a high deductible plan, max your HSA at $8,750 for families. Step 4. Everything left over goes into your taxable brokerage, loaded with dividend growth stocks. Now, let us talk about what to buy. Stock selection builds or destroys your real income. Build your foundation with Dividend aristocrats, companies with 25 plus years of dividend increases. Johnson & Johnson has raised its dividend for over 60 years through every crisis imaginable. These are the stocks you buy and hold forever, collecting growing income year after year. Your second layer should be dividend growers with 8 to 12% annual dividend growth rates. The third layer is high yield for current income, REITs and energy paying now. The exact allocation for a late starter: 50% aristocrats, 30 growers, 20 high yield. Here is the move that almost nobody uses, the single biggest accelerator for a late starter. It is called dividend reinvestment, or DRIP. And it compounds your income faster than anything else. Reinvest your dividends. More shares pay more dividends, buying even more shares in a loop. A $50,000 portfolio yielding 4% produces $2,000 in annual dividends. Reinvest that $2,000. And next year, your dividends grow without adding any new money. Over 20 years, $50,000 becomes $260,000 with over $10,000 yearly. Here is the tax weapon designed specifically for people in their 40s and 50s. If you are over 50, the 401k catch-up shields an extra $8,000 from taxes. Combine both catch-ups, and a 55-year-old couple can shield over $39,000 per year. Now, let me show you the step-by-step dividend blueprint for the next 18 months. Month 1. Open your 401k, Roth IRA, and taxable brokerage at the same major brokerage. Month 2. Automate contributions for the 401k match and Roth IRA at $667 monthly. Month 3. Buy your first 10 dividend aristocrats, equally weighted with DRIP turned on. Month 6. Add 5 to 7 dividend growers with annual growth rates above 8%. Month 12. Add your high yield layer, 3 to 5 REITs and energy stocks paying now. Month 18. Review, rebalance, and watch your first full year of compounding start to visibly accelerate. Now here is the complete picture of what this blueprint delivers by age 65. A late starter following this plan can generate $3,000 to $5,000 monthly in dividend income. Add Social Security, and your retirement becomes comfortable, built from a standing start. Let me be honest about the biggest mistake you can make and how to avoid it. The biggest mistake is chasing the highest yield without checking if the dividend is safe. A 12% yield cut to 4% destroys both your income and your capital. Always check the payout ratio. Safe dividends use less than 60% of earnings. Here is where you actually stand right now. And I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too late. You are playing a different game built for income now. The dividend strategy was literally built for people who need income soon, not in 40 years. You are not behind the 25-year-olds. You are playing a game they cannot even access. If this video gave you a new number, tell me which one hit hardest below. Was it the $647,000 from just $10,000 at age 45? Or that qualified dividends can be tax-free for couples earning up to $126,000? Drop the number that hit hardest in the comments and tell me your starting age. Subscribe if you want more blueprints built on real numbers, real math, and zero fluff. You have the blueprint, the exact accounts, the allocation, and the 18-month timeline. You are not too late. You are right on time. Go build your dividend income.